2019 has been a sensational year. As far as years go, and there have been hundreds, 2019 was up there with 1969.
He has to press the round button. It will make the spaceship land.
1949, and 65 million years BC. If 2019 was a graph, it would look like this.
Well, I'll be dipped in shit and rolling breadcrumbs.
2019 was a year of blockbusting films.
I won the Nobel. I won the Nobel.
Hard-hitting drama.
Where did you get this?
Politics.
Thank you for the trust you have placed in us and in me.
And books.
I have written a new book. It's called Hey Granddude.
And stuff like that.
The most interesting thing is a really good aquarium.
Just shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth.
So join me, Rhys Thomas OBE, as I take a look back at what I consider to be the cultural highlights of 2019. The end of a decade. So let's go right back to the very beginning of the year itself. September. Royal Gogglebox returned this year, and the nation was gripped when they tuned in to watch the royals watch the TV interview everyone was talking about.
Your Royal Highness, the world has now seen the photo of you in Pizza Express. How do you explain that?
I don't recollect that photograph ever being taken.
It could be anybody, couldn't it?
Yes.
Just to clarify, so you think that photo has been faked?
I don't believe that photograph was taken in the way that has been suggested.
But it's possible that it was you in Pizza Express.
Going to Pizza Express is an unusual thing for me to do. A very unusual thing for me to do.
That's a classic example of someone slightly panicking, not really knowing what to say, and crumbling under the pressure.
Because witnesses say that you visited Pizza Express around 4 times a year.
4 times a year?
That was what he said in a Florida court legal deposition.
No. I mean, no, definitely not. Definitely not. And I definitely did not visit Pizza Express 3 or 4 times a year. Definitely, no.
Oh!
Why would people believe that you were there?
Could it be quite awkward?
Because it was not something that was becoming of a member of the royal family.
This is frightfully unkind.
She described you profusely sweating.
I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time.
So.
Public displays of sweat are not something that I do.
I was shocked, I must say. I didn't know that people behaved like that.
Hugh Grant returned to our screens as disgraced MP Jeremy Thorpe in a true story of scandal, murder, and forbidden love.
Shh. There's nothing wrong, is there? Oh. Don't look so scared. I'm not. You're like a frightened little rabbit. Are you, my little bunny? Hmm? Why? I'm going to kiss you, and you will enjoy it. Well, that would be wonderful. On the bed? Yes, on the bed. And you could enjoy it a bit more.
The drama came to a sticky climax at the High Court.
Deep breath, Paddington. You've done nothing wrong. You'll be fine.
Take us through the exact order of events. What happened next?
Oh, dear. Mr. Thorpe got into bed with me, and he had a jar of something it's not nice to talk about.
But could you identify it for the court?
Vaseline. He put the substance on his penis, turned me over and made love to me.
And what was your reaction?
I thought I was being sawn in half.
So what did you do?
Well, the only thing I could do, I bit the pillow.
The biggest revelation of 2016 was unearthed in this episode of my mum's favourite programme. Who do you think that you are?
Yeah, that's 7 point.
All right, have a look at this. This is your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother.
She looks naughty. Fascinating boat.
And this is great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother.
See, I love all this.
Danny's come to meet expert genealogist Laura Berry. She's sexy and I quite fancy her, so that helps.
If you work up the tree to Robert Gosnold, who is your 10 times great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
10 times great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, Robert Gosnold. Wow.
Danny's going to meet his distant relative, the current Lord Talmash.
What have I got myself into?
Oh, I'm fucking shitting myself.
Well, there are a lot of monuments in this church. The very, very top one, made by Lionel Talmash.
So that would be my 12 times great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
That's right.
So, Edward III, yes, he's your 22 times great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. So you are directly descended from King Edward III of England.
I cannot believe what I've just witnessed with my own eyes. Some of the shit he's shown me in there is unbelievable.
In May, The Voice moved to BBC, and Judge Tom Jones appeared on This Morning to promote it. But the topic turned to something a little more personal for Tom.
You were born with this, weren't you? This was called bladder exstrophy?
Yes, exactly.
You had testicles?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And still do.
Yeah.
You've never actually officially had them measured, have you?
Well, it's not my choice.
Oh.
Well, you had 3 operations when you had these polypropylene implants put in. Now, this is a procedure that's banned now. You can't have it anymore.
They say, well, if you want to do it, you know, we can put the... You know what I mean? They put it all on me.
Yeah.
Nobody was sort of with me.
The other question that everyone was asking was, why?
I need to feel that it's real, that it's not fake.
But with that comes the added initial problem that to test that it works, you have to have a 2-week erection.
You know, of course, in retrospect, I should have stopped like a couple of days before. Well, why didn't you give me some more notice than that?
This is, you know, it's not common, but there will be people who have this, that there is now a way forward.
I can sort of help others with the experience that I've had.
Tom, it's lovely to see you. Good luck.
CBeebies Bedtime Story.
In 2018, a whole host of superstars read children's stories for kids on CBeebies. But it was Sir Derek Jacobi reading this modern classic that really got veins pumping.
Have you ever injected heroin? I should hope not. Today's bedtime story is all about a group of cheeky junkies called Renton, Spud and Sick Boy, who get into all sorts of mischief chasing the dragon. It's called Train Spotting, and it's by Irving Welsh. It's fucking grotesque trying to find an inlet. Yesterday, I had to shoot into my cock. I'd shat the bed, I'd pissed the bed, and I'd puked the bed. I removed the bottom sheet and bundled it into a secure ball and went into the kitchen. Fuck! I was in Gail's house. Mrs. Houston made a grab for the bundle. The sheets flew open, and a pungent shower of skittery shite, thin alcohol, sick and vile piss stained Mr. Houston's glasses and white shirt. Jesus fuck! And that's the end of the story.
In May, groundbreaking documentary series Surgeons showed just how hard it is to be surgeons. Especially when removing a wonky bollock the size of a hefty bin bag.
Although the tumour's out, they can't relax until they stem the bleed.
He's going to feel very, very different when he wakes up. You'll have to buy a new wardrobe.
Happy birthday,
But the big event of the month was the Queen's 92nd birthday bash at the Royal Albert Hall, and we were all invited.
It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the perfect present.
for Monty. The real for Monty.
The summer was dominated by the World Cup as Gareth Southgate selected a brand new England team and took them to Moscow.
This England have been rewriting history.
The novice squad did much better than expected, reaching the first World Cup final since 1966.
Giving away. England are going to make a change, and Andrew, Freddie Flintoff.
Gotta say he's been waiting for this moment. Look at his muscles, and he's going to get one in it. Oh!
First touch. England in need of a goal. Here is Sir Mo Farrow. Redknapp. Here's Mers, still going strong. I guess one or two of you at home might not even have known the name coming into the tournament. You know it now. Mers. And he's got there ahead of Edwin van der Sar. He's been pushed very wide. Mers is in the box. Here's Mers! Oh! Bit naughty, that. Lee Mack is taking the place of Phil Neville, but what a threat he carries. Is the time for England to test Croatia one more time. Lee Mack maybe. Going for goal! Oh, he's hit a post! It's got away from Flintoff, absolutely skinned him. Here's Ollie Mers. White's ball in, oh, and Burns dropped it! And Ollie Mers is never ever going to score a goal.
Sadly, their lack of experience let them and us down in the end, and they went home in tears.
I'm sure you all know our top story this morning. Yep, England are coming home. Last night they were knocked out of the World Cup by Croatia. It went from this to this. Yep, England lost 2-1 in their semi-final match last night. Jenny was watching last night and sent us this report on what happened on a dramatic night.
Gareth Southgate's side lost to Croatia last night in a shock defeat in Moscow. I spoke to some of the England team at the stadium. Gareth, my dad said you completely fucked up tonight, didn't you?
Well, I think we are where we are as a team.
Gary, even I could have managed a team better than you tonight. You was shit.
Yeah, for sure.
The soap event of the year had to be EastEnders, with a nail-biting week of Christopher Timothy and explosive events. Literally.
I'll look after you, darling. Oh, sweetheart. Stacey! Stay back. Mr. Bryce. Matt. Phil. Hey, Michelle. Stacey! Hudson. Dad. Stacey! Jay. Phil. Stacey. Stephen. Martin. Abby. Jane. Stephen. Stacey. Stephen. Abby. Lauren. Dad. Lauren. Stacey! Calm down.
2017 marks the 20th anniversary of the biggest film of all time, Titanic. James Cameron's epic fantasy about a cruise ship from olden times that sunk, starring Billy Zane. But it was Billy's co-stars, Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio, who stole the show. This is the bit where he draws her naked. considering this was a 12 certificate in the cinema at the time, a lot of people thought it was a bit too rude. Personally, I thought it was romantic. "2017 was a year of groundbreaking documentaries. Some of the best I've ever seen, in fact. The one I enjoyed the most was Channel 4's Feral Families, a show about feral families, where parents proved that bringing up kids with no rules had its benefits.
Better to not have any rules. No rules means you can do whatever you want. I know there's no rules, but you've got cleanest flies, don't you? Yes!
In August, political thriller Bodyguard gripped the nation and became the highest-rated TV drama since Liverpool won. Bugs actress Keely Hawes played a brassy Home Secretary who has an affair with her mentally challenged bodyguard who suffered from war problems.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I seem to have misinterpreted the situation.
You see right through me.
My favourite bit was when the baddie tried to kill her.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I beg your pardon, sir.
We live in extraordinary times. It's no exaggeration to say terrorism poses the greatest threat to our national security since the Cold War.
Sir, there was a man with one leg, only he hasn't got one leg, he's got two legs. What? It was a prosthetic leg.
BOOBS. That comes from a fair society that provides equal opportunity. Security isn't just about guarding our citizens from security threats. Security comes from economic prosperity, from good education.
Look out, he's there!
In July, Jamie Oliver celebrated 20 years as a TV chef by going bust.
1,000 jobs are at risk at the 22...
Sadly for Jamie, even Gordon Ramsay couldn't save him in a Kitchen Nightmare special.
What I'm more concerned about is the fact that you're in denial.
I've been so stressed.
Jamie, we're in the shit, my friend. Just show a little bit of passion to why the fuck you're a chef. Do you understand?
For a man that's that far in the shit, you'd think you'd take something on the chin. Acting like a baby gets him nowhere.
There's just some real tough decisions that need to be fucking made instantly, you know that?
Look, the staff got paid up to the date, and I made sure of that. I just done my best, and I couldn't do it this time.
This guy's lost touch with reality.
I don't know if you realise how fragile he is right now.
Yeah, we know.
He looks like a guy's about to fuck off from Brighton Pier and jump off the end.
In June, the lovely Theresa May did her bit and resigned from number 10. She even cried on the steps.
The Prime Minister said to me, "Fuck knows, I'm past caring."
What followed was a race to find the next Prime Minister, and every channel fell over themselves for a leadership debate.
Good evening.
Channel 4's was by far the most radical.
Britain is divided and deadlocked. But who is the man to take over?
It was a chance not to judge the politicians on their policies, but on their bodies.
So let's meet the men who think they can do a better job than Theresa May. Sajid Javid went to Downend State School in Bristol before Exeter University and became a banker.
We don't just tolerate modern Britain, we embrace it. I am that person. I can do that.
Michael Gove from Aberdeen went to the private Robert Gordon's College on a scholarship before Oxford University and became a journalist.
These are serious times. I am ready to unite, ready to deliver, ready to lead.
Jeremy Hunt from Surrey went to Charterhouse boarding school. He co-founded a business before going into politics.
Our country and our party are in peril. I can be trusted.
And we are delighted to have Boris Johnson.
I believe I'm the right person to unleash on this project, and I hope I can count on your support.
Thank you all very much.
The Conservatives went for the biggest penis in the end. The hardest-hitting drama of the year had to be Sky's Chernobyl, starring Stellan Skarsgård, Emma Watson and Harry Seacombe. The mini-series depicted the tragic events in Chernobyl, a nuclear plant in Russia that went tits up in the 1980s. Despite looking like a sci-fi, it was all based on actual events that really happened and was a warning of the dangers of nuclear power, especially in the hands of lots of men wearing the same glasses.
I want you to tell me everything that happened on the night of the accident.
The makeup effects were astonishing.
Hello, babe. You'll have to excuse me, I'm feeling a bit sick. Got any grapes?
Your official title was?
John. I'm the one that pressed all the buttons. Got any Nivea?
But the best bit was when they shot the dogs.
I say hello. You're muddy.
I got a terrible cold.
In November, Ross Kemp returned with his hardest-hitting documentary series yet.
Hope you brought an appetite today.
Yeah, I certainly have.
Ross really threw himself into his role with his constant probing questions.
OK. I want to hear about life as a prison guard. You married? No.
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 Yes.
Kids?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to pat you down now. On the black square. Open your legs, please. You married?
Yeah.
How long you been there?
I've been back here for 40 days.
You married?
Yeah.
Mate, you must be climbing the walls with frustration. You married?
No.
No?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, buddy. How you doing?
All right.
You married?
Yes, sir.
Will you please step out of the cell? Keep your hands behind you. Put your right hand on the cell. Don't remove it from there. You married? He was testing me.
He was testing.
And when you say stripped and searched, I mean, how thorough are you?
Well, we're going to make sure to pull up the testicles and we're going to check the butt cheeks as well.
I've got to inspect some blokes' nuts.
You do. Okay, arms up.
Arms up.
All right, lift your testicles up for me.
You married?
Just bend over, slide out the waist, pull your butt cheeks apart for me.
If you could do the same, please. Pull your butt cheeks apart. I'll tell you what, I got a buzz out of that.
Yeah, it was nice.
It is nice,
good
isn't
seeing
it?
him.
He was a nice lad and he was off, you know.
In November, Stone Roses frontman Shaun Ryder appeared on Celebrity Mastermind. But a mastermind, he wasn't.
And your name is?
Oh, come on, brain. Oh, blimey.
I'll put you out of misery. It's Shaun Ryder. And your chosen subject?
Pass.
In the parable of the Good Samaritan, who was the first person to pass by the wounded man on the road from Jerusalem without offering him any assistance?
Was it Bernard?
It was Bernard Manning. In the parable of the wise and foolish builders, what does Jesus say the foolish man built his house on?
Well, it's where the gay district is.
Yeah, the gay village. The
Gay
gay
village.
village, yeah. We'll give you that. The prodigal son's father instructs his servants to kill the fatted calf and to bring 3 things for the son to wear: a robe, sandals, and...
toupee.
What is the English name of the city known to the Italians as Firenze?
Nigeria.
What generally curly-haired breed of dog takes its name from the German for to splash or to paddle?
A woolly mammoth.
If somebody is calm and unruffled, they are said to be as cool as...
Oh, a sandwich.
On June the 6th, 2016, the 40th anniversary special edition of the classic horror The Omen shot back to #1 at the UK box office. Complete with deleted scenes and the original score, rejected by 20th Century Fox. This year, the Bard celebrated what would have been his 600th birthday, and some of the country's greatest Shakespearean actors gathered in Stratford, East London, the birthplace of the Bard, to celebrate the Bard's life and work.
Shakespeare is performed all over the world.
He is translated into every language from Albanian to
Zulu. Opened our eyes to his global influence.
South African
the
writer
Japanese
and director
Yuki
Welcome
Unanagawa brought his famous
company
cherry
to Britain in
blossom Macbeth
1972
to the Edinburgh
with his
Festival
Zulu
in
Macbeth,
1985.
Umabetu.
Your mountain is inhumanity.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune.
I'm in the theatre. It's a play on. Some bloke doing Shakespeare.
To be...
Got 3 tickets.
Or not to be.
No, my voice off, Steve. I've got to go. Everyone's looking
That
at me
is
funny.
the question.
Cancer? Oh, shit, man.
2016 was the year of the reboot, as classic comedies like Porridge, Young Hyacinth, Are You Being Served, and 10 Rillington Place got a makeover for the 21st century.
Just thought I'd go over a few house rules. Original Christie. Been on ground floor for 10 years now.
I'm Beryl.
Oh. Good evening, Mrs. Evans. We're not long married, Mr. Christie. I could do with some privacy. It's a bit on the small side, isn't it?
2019 was dominated by the impending doom of climate change. Many stars lined up to fight the cause, including Harrison Ford, Jane Fonda, Chris Packman, Nanny McPhee, and Ralph Fiennes, who appeared on GMTV as a cauliflower.
I'd really like to see a transition to a plant-based food system.
As ever, leading the charge was David Attenborough, who defected to Netflix, not just for money, but to get a huge audience through his groundbreaking new series.
We're facing a man-made disaster on a global scale. We could face irreversible damage to the natural world and the collapse of our societies. Our planet is fucked only on Netflix.
And to reach a more annoying audience, he headlined Glastonbury with an intense performance of jazz poetry, and the crowd went berserk.
Those extraordinary, marvellous sounds that you're listening to are the songs from the creatures that live in the sea. The oceans cover 2/3 of this planet of ours. There are 7 great continents on which we human beings live. 7 worlds, 1 continent. 7 worlds, 1 planet.
In 2019, Antiques Roadshow star Fiona Bruce became the host of Question Time, and I thought she was marvellous, even with the trickiest of audience members.
Let's have our first question from Ian Holt.
Mr. Johnson, my mother has recently died. She worked her whole life. She paid taxes, and
and she had very little to show for it, apart from her house. I recently went there and I looked in the loft and I found this antique nodding monk. I wonder if you could give me a valuation, Mr. Johnson.
Sorry, forgive me. This is not the Antiques Roadshow. You're going to have to stop there.
Is this not the Antiques Roadshow?
No, question time.
No, I'll have my say. I've come here, I've got just as much right to ask a question as everyone else here.
Forgive me, this is not just for you, this whole session.
I need an answer.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to stop there.
Mr. Johnson, how much will you give me for my antique nodding monk? All I want is some answers.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I am in charge of this thing. Can you just wait a minute?
No, I'm in charge of me.
We've had an answer there.
The train was delayed. I've come all the way from Vange.
Forgive me.
All I want is some answers. I want to know how much this nodding monk is worth.
Sorry, you're going to have to stop there. Otherwise, it's just not fair on everyone else who've got their hands up.
Nah, screw this. Typical BBC bias. I'm going to Peston. He'll give me answers.
It's Lawrence! We will leave you now with this year's Christmas #1, Stars in My Eyes, Lawrence Fox's touching tribute to Freddie Starr, who died earlier this year. All proceeds going to hamster charities.
They have put something in the water. They seek a cure for the conversation. They stole a march on your indecision. So I need you more than ever. I need your hand in this resistance. If we're going to go the distance, and if I ever doubt it, think about my future, and if I want to leave there.
Well, those were my cultural highlights of 2019. I hope they were yours too. I'll see you next time.